Whether you're a first-timer with no spending history or an existing customer, we'll give you some insider tips on how to score that Rolex dream of yours. Rolex may be one of the most sought-after brands in the world, in any field, not only watches, but its reputation is well-deserved. Quality and luxury are synonymous with Rolex, notes Faye Soteri, a senior watch buyer for the Watches of Switzerland Group. As a watch and a piece of jewelry, the client may count on its longevity, form, and function. So how can you purchase a Rolex from an authorized dealer? Today, we'll be talking about two different types of people. One, for someone who has no spending history at all with an authorized dealer, we'll go through what they can actually do, and then we'll go over the existing customer with a spending history and someone who has previously bought a Rolex from an authorized dealer. To those watching right now who have no spending history, never purchased a Rolex from an authorized dealer before, never really purchased anything at all, not even jewelry, how do you buy the Rolex watch you want? Do you just walk straight into an AD? The truth is that it will be really difficult for you. You'll probably end up buying something else. Well, entirely depending on what area you're in, rather than calling up the AD and sure, walking in, then introducing yourself, and all those things you've heard before help. But what I'd recommend is sending them an email, and not just any email, but a meaningful one. Since they do get a number of calls and a lot of individuals going in, they want to know why you want this particular watch. An email or a letter could give you an edge. That's one route to take. Plus, when you follow up with emails, be tenacious, but make yourself known without being a bother. That will really help you out. And for the person with no spending history, just be nice and pleasant. Moving on, what can those people who do have an existing relationship with an authorized dealer do to get a head start? So, it depends on how extensive your purchase history is. If it's extensive, we're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars, then you should be fine. It can be more difficult to get watches, but they will most likely carry out your orders, and you'll ultimately be chosen for that watch. As of today, the only way of obtaining a watch is to be designated or one that is special ordered. So, if you head into that authorized dealer and they truly want to offer you the watch, you will end up leaving with the receipt and a deposit. Each authorized dealer is different. They can do anything they want, whether it's 30%, 50%, 80%, or even 100%. Although they may operate in different ways, you'll eventually walk out of the store with a receipt stating that a watch has been ordered for you and an expected date. Now, where does one begin with all of these options and models? Set a budget first, as this will help you narrow down your options right away. Then, to analyze the watch's overall purpose, we propose examining one's lifestyle. Is it solely for special events, and thus more comparable to a piece of fine jewelry? Will the Rolex be your everyday timepiece, in such a way that robustness and versatility will be crucial? Insiders agreed on the classic Datejust in 31mm size for a first-time Rolex. It's the best buy in watches and a terrific place to start if you have just one Rolex, said Eric Wind, a watch dealer and founder of Wind Vintage. A Datejust is a medium-sized watch that is exquisite and emits all of Rolex's timeless traditions, and you have an abundance of metal finishes, bezel, and dial variations to choose from. According to Soteri, it's a style that's excellent for everyday rugged wear and transitioning to evening, who added that the Lady Datejust in the 31mm case size is particularly popular. The Oyster Perpetual is also hot at the moment, with Rolex introducing a variety of eye-catching dial colors, ranging from sunshine yellow to a jewel-like blue. The highly desirable Submariner and Daytona models have been seen on big names like Sofia Vergara and Chiara Ferragni. Major concern, though, will be obtaining the Rolex that you've been dreaming of. The brand seems to have become a victim of its own popularity, becoming extremely difficult to find. Stores are frequently out of stock, and popular models have long wait lists. Surprisingly, the pandemic increased demand in Rolex, as consumers with greater disposable cash were forced to turn to trusted, long-established brands. If you really do want a new one, you should establish a relationship with your local Rolex shop and get on their waiting list as soon as possible. Luckily, there is also a large and diverse secondary market, which offers some fascinating history and identity, but expect to pay a premium for popular models. Enjoying this video so far? Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Vintage Rolexes are far more appealing because of their more handcrafted feel and rare patina dials which age differently. They have a bigger story to tell. In fact, vintage Rolexes are now much harder to obtain than new Rolexes, which are produced in millions every year. Just 100,000 to 200,000 were produced per year back then. Also, we'd like to emphasize on the significance of purchasing from a trusted source. like Crown and Caliber, Watchfinder, or at an auction. Just make sure to read the condition report, which includes information about the watch, such as any damage and additional fees or taxes that may be due. Some people still continue to buy fake watches that have been modified a bit and have had their original components switched out, lowering the watch's worth by nearly 90%. Fake or misleading watches continue to deceive people all the time. In the UK, eBay began its watch authenticity guarantee program last year, in which every watch sold on the site for more than £2,000 is subject to a set of inspection procedures and a money-back guarantee. Rolex Datejusts are among the most popular watches on the site, with the most valued piece sold over the last 3 years being a £50,000 2019 rose gold Rolex GMT Master 2 with a black dial. Numerous luxury retailers have also developed certified pre-owned Rolex programs, which include thorough inspections and 2-year warranties on any pre-owned Rolex. Watches of Switzerland sends its pre-owned watches through the same extensive inspections as those performed at Rolex's Swiss Servicing Center. And among services provided are waterproof testing, polishing, and functionality checks, such as chronograph, date setting, and GMT features. Bucherer, a Rolex authorized dealer, offers the same service with just Rolex watchmakers authorized to service Rolex watches. In Rolex terminology, a 2-year warranty means going above and beyond. If the watch works flawlessly for 2 years, it should actually work perfectly for 5 or 10 years, Hardwine adds. Both Bucherer and Watches of Switzerland provide a trade-in and buyback service in which customers can bring in old watches they don't want anymore or no longer wear in order to upgrade to that Rolex Day-Date, for example, which you've had your eye on for a while. Hardwine remarks that the underlying watch will certainly need to be a luxury watch worth at least £500. Plus, we emphasized on the need for research and understanding before purchasing a new or used Rolex. Research is a wonderful method to prepare for a store visit so you can ask the Rolex salesperson the right questions. But, as with all significant and thoughtful decisions, one should listen to their heart's desire, and please, don't take purchasing a Rolex too far. Enjoy it and buy what you want the most, rather than what you believe you should. Do you have all these tips written down yet? Please let us know in the comments section below. And if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.